a barrel roll!
There was a level in Star Fox 64 that felt so close to Independence Day, it felt like copyright infringement. A massive alien mothership descending over a desert outpost, a chaotic dogfight swirling around its core, and a desperate countdown to prevent total destruction. Even if you failed, the resulting cutscene gave you that same gut punch sense of scale you got sitting in a cinema in 1996. The trouble was, the game didn't just hand you these moments. To even see this level, you had to conquer the first stage Canaria, then fly through 7 precise energy anomalies in the volatile asteroid belt of the second level, just to open a hidden warp gate to the planet Katina. Yes, the beauty of Star Fox 64 was that the game didn't force a linear path. You created your own route, and by definition your own narrative and ending. You were in that director's chair. You used cinematic cues to edit the film on the fly. But for me, the personal beauty of this started long before the game even released in the UK. I was on holiday in Texas and walked into a Blockbuster store, and there it was, Star Fox 64 set up. I ran over, grabbed the controller and started playing, and I felt vibrations. It felt completely alien. And Nintendo didn't just treat this as an afterthought, this was their entire marketing campaign. This heavy, battery-powered chunk of plastic you shoved in the back of the controller, and it made it vibrate. I came home with a vigour and purpose, my paper round, my pocket money, this was all going towards the game. And given the package Rumble Pak, that was a hefty £59.99 at the time, and it was a Friday, the day before the game came out. And I found a £50 note on the floor of a petrol station forecourt. This is the day before release, which meant I could go that weekend into game and purchase it. Star Fox 64 was mine, or rather Lylat Wars was mine. But the name on the heavy cardboard box didn't really matter. It was plugging in the Rumble Pak and inserting the cartridge. This weekend was everything. Today I just clicked on a button and the game was delivered to my Switch too. And the first thing that jolted me this time, it was the newly expanded cutscenes. Sure, they look pretty, but my patience for exposition is thin. Showing exactly what happens to James McCloud wasn't just unnecessary, it robbed the narrative of its mystique. My childhood memory had already filled in the blanks of that tragedy far better than any fully rendered cinematic ever could. It feels just like the Star Wars prequels, stepping in years later to say, nope, forget what you thought, this is what actually happened. Exactly like this. Yep, midichlorians, deal with it.
What are midichlorians?
It's heroin.
Oh, and by the way, sand, hate it, gets everywhere. Look, sometimes the unseen is heavier than actual exposition. I just want to be in that R-Wing cockpit. I just want to be in the action. So we skip the cutscene, we skip the training level, and then we skim the water on Canaria. And the 4K graphical fidelity hits, and instantly I'm back in Texas. I'm standing in that Blockbuster store, I can feel the rumble tingling in my fingers. This is pure, unabashed, unrestrained nostalgia, but presented on a massive, high definition scale. The sheer clarity of the destruction on Canaria makes Falco screaming "this is horrible" actually hit with real cinematic weight. This isn't our New Hope Special Edition. This isn't some pointless CGI addition to tickle a creator's curiosity. Nintendo didn't need to tinker with the mechanics because the original, to me, is perfect. Instead, they shield-thatted it. They simply revealed the outer beauty of an already perfect core. They did this dance previously with the 3DS version, but for those not wanting to go cross-eyed and stare at a small screen, this is a far superior update. It's more than a lick of paint. Look, the gameplay might not hold up to that pixel-perfect, hyper-optimized grinds that modern audiences are used to, but that's not the point. Star Fox 64 was never the perfect game, but in 1997 it was the perfect experience. And I don't want to be the old guy yelling that things were better back in the day, but we have to acknowledge what this cartridge actually achieved. It normalized vibration feedback, it gave us branching, consequential narratives, and it gave us squad mates screaming real-time frantic updates right in our ears. And before this, Nintendo's idea of voice acting was Mario dropping a cheerful "Wahoo!" when he jumped. Lylat Wars gave us full continuous English dialogue. We're talking nearly 25 minutes of script, 20 characters, all brought to life by a remarkably small ensemble of just 7 voice actors. They weren't just making a game, they were engineering a cinematic soundscape on hardware that had no right to support it. What we often forget, shielded by the warm glow of nostalgia, is the sheer technical scale of what they achieved in 1997. They kept the pacing breathless. The game didn't just rely on the R-Wing, it gave us the Landmaster tank and the Blue Marine submarine, entirely unique vehicles engineered for single specific levels. There's a massive, branching galactic war crammed into this tiny cartridge. For decades, Nintendo forgot the formula. They sent us on tedious detours to dinosaur planets and forced us into shoehorned, dual-screen control schemes that left the franchise feeling completely DOA. Which is why I'm so happy this version exists. I hope noobs to the franchise embrace it because this is rare. It's nostalgia done absolutely right. It's not cynical. It's not a bi-yearly update rolled out to hit a fiscal quarter. It's a restoration of a masterpiece. And as we bask in this crisp 4K glow of our resurrected childhoods, we have to remember what this actually means. Nintendo has tasted blood. They know exactly what our memories are worth, and they are coming for all of them. Enjoy this while it's fresh.
Would you like to know more?